What is going on, you guys? My name is Spydico64, and welcome back to yet another NASCAR 164 scale diecast review. And here for today's 164 scale diecast review, we're going to be here today to have a look at well, a pretty unique 164 scale diecast, that I will say for sure. Anyways, though, here today, folks, we are going to be here to have a look at Terry Labonte's number 5 DuPont 1995 Richmond race win version. Yeah, so we have right here a classic Truck Series race win diecast. And first and foremost, I do want to go ahead and just say that my apologies for there not being any NASCAR diecast reviews. I've basically kind of have been in this really kind of a weird. There's basically been this like really big gap in time between diecast releases. Well, at least the ones I'm mostly interested in. That's not to say that any diecasts have been coming out. It's just that the ones that interest me, which of course, obviously, you know me, I do the race win reviews and the Xfinity and the truck reviews, and there just hasn't been really any. So that's kind of why that we've kind of been on a, I have to honestly say this, that's why we've been a little bit of a delay. So that is why, of course, obviously, there hasn't been any reviews. So I'm sorry about that, but we're going to go back here and get into it. So as always, here's a quick look at the packaging. It's just a standard NASCAR Classics diecast box. Nothing really too special from there. There you go. Here is a look at the diecast itself. Gotta tell you, this is a really unique one, and one that when this went up for pre-order, or when Lionel Racing announced the pre-order for this one, a lot of people were like, what the hell, a classic Truck Series race win? And this is exactly what we got. Now I don't really know the significance behind this particular truck. I mean, okay, I do know that this is Terry Labonte's one and only Truck Series win, which came at Richmond, of course, obviously. And by the way, he had to beat Jeffrey Bodine, who was driving he was driving the number 7 Exide Batteries truck. And it was a pretty damn fun battle between those drivers. Really, really damn cool. You got to go back and you'll probably find the footage from that race and all that good stuff. But wow, what a really unique looking diecast this is. Now, this right here is a little bit of an older truck mold. Like, I think that this is and I still think this is like one of, if not one of the oldest truck mold for the 164 scale. And they used to make, of course, 164 scale trucks, but then there was a big gap in time as to where they didn't. Like how even they made like a Ryan Blaney, like a number 29 car or truck when he was racing for Brad Keselowski Racing in the trucks. Like there's like some kind of promo like that. But of course, obviously it didn't look accurate because these are how the trucks used to look. Big old nose on the front, not that much of a spoiler on the back. Hell, this is something that I wish that the trucks were like now, but no, nowadays they're just basically a full throttle piece of crap race cars that you can't do anything with. So that's fun. That's fun, guys. And of course, obviously, you can basically see here, it's basically like a Jeff Gordon truck right here. Now, in terms of the significance, I really don't even think there's really much even significance. Well, this is the 25, or no, hold on a minute. The 30th anniversary of this Truck Series race win, which, oh, by the way, this is also from the inaugural Truck Series season, which I gotta say, it's really cool that they still made this. I mean, I'm not complaining, so yeah, but you can see that this is a bit of an older mold. Basically, kind of sort of the way it looks. It kind of looks sort of crunchy a little bit, but I don't know about you. It still looks really cool. Like, look at this big old bulldog nose for the Silverado, for the Silverado S thing in the front. It looks really cool. I like the look of that. Of course, you got these bars on the back right here, and look at that short-ass spoiler. Actually, from the back, it looks really cool. Yeah, basically this truck, I guess it kind of looks weird from the side, but then in the front, oh yeah, that looks cool. I don't know about you, that just looks cool. I don't know about you, but I really, Really cool to like get the really cool looking look for the Silverado here. I more prefer the 2000s era of the Silverados. I'm talking about just the pickup trucks, like just in general. Those look really cool and stuff like that. But yeah, one of the few things I will say though I don't like about this car immediately, I don't like how the wheel jets out like this. Like it needs to be put in. Like it just likes to jet out. It's kind of like the Chevy Lumina cars that we had to look at earlier in the year. But other than that, it still looks really cool. But with that being said, though, let's just go ahead and get on to the sponsors here. So on the windshield banner, it just says Craftsman right there. Of course, it says DuPont on the hood. You, of course, can see the Chevy logo right there. Here's this classical Chevy Silverado front nose. It says Chevrolet down there. On the side here, you got 76, Edelbrock, Moog. We'll go down here to this side. You got Goodyear. You got a bunch of old school contingency sponsors right there. Looking really cool. I can see Gatorade, DuPont, Simpson. Yeah, a whole lot of contingency sponsors, which the trucks still have to this day. It says NASCAR race truck, or I think maybe race car. I don't know. It says Terry Labonte on the hood. You see there's an AC logo right there. Number 5, Intercomp Racing Electronics, Packard Electric. It says DuPont Automotive Finishes, Hendrick Automotive Group. They're still around to this day. Craftsman. Nothing on the back here, which, by the way, they are missing a logo, or this truck is missing a logo. It's supposed to have Budweiser actually on the back here, which really would have completed the look, but they don't have the license to that and all that good stuff because, well, Anheuser-Busch that owns Budweiser is with Trackhouse, and they're probably like, no, we don't want to give Mr. H his, we don't want to pay Mr. H any of those dollars. Same stuff on the other side here. The back it says DuPont on the finishes, number 5, Chevrolet. Got the logo right there. Also, you got the gas cap back there, or basically this is where, where they catch the fuel. The catch can guy used to go back here and all that good stuff. That's pretty cool. That's a really cool detail. I don't think any of the other cars had that detail, at least the classic ones. Well, I know I'm looking at it right now, like the Kevin Harvick Atlanta one had it. And here's an underneath look at the car if you wanted to see that. Looking really nice. See here. Yeah, looks really nice. Now, there isn't too much race wind damage on this particular truck race wind, but there are some minor ones. Let's kind of go ahead and kind of see some of the details that you wouldn't see on your normal diecast. So you can see here we have the blinding. They have here like a windshield tear off right there. Of course, obviously you could see right here we have this like visor protection right here for the driver. You can see a little bit of some race wind markings here and there, a little bit, but not too much. You see the grill has a little bit of some kind of dirty a little bit. A little bit of dirt and grind down there, but it's really hard to see. Down the side here, you got a little bit there. Not really much on this side. Going down here, not too much either here. And you have a little bit some there, but I mean, a really minor. I mean, this really does not have too much race wind damage, but I guess this does have the details of the truck. Like this has the details in the panels of like the truck and how it actually looks like. So that's really kind of cool to see and all that stuff. So in terms of race wind damage, it kind of lacks in that department, but let's actually go ahead here and do something pretty cool as I drop the truck. Great job, Spidey. You haven't reviewed a fucking NASCAR diecast in like months? Or a good month or so? And you drop it. Look at this. Here's a new truck. You can see how the cab looks really similar. But then, oh, would you look at that? Yeah, this thing is a lot more shorter, Walt. This thing is a lot more longer. But yeah, guarantee you these trucks put on a better racing package than the new fucking trucks do. Yeah, I chipped it a little bit right there with the spoiler. God damn it, dude. That's on me. That's on me. That's not Lionel, which I know people love to I know people give them shit, and hey, sometimes they do deserve some of the criticisms, but, oh, by the way, let's actually kind of go off ahead here and show off the other DuPont cars right here. Look at that. Whole bunch of DuPonts right there. This is literally the perfect example of, hey, bro, let me copy your homework. Just don't make it obvious. And, well, they made it obvious there, so there you go. Well, there you go, guys. That's a review of Terry Labonte's Richmond truck race win. Overall, really, really cool looking diecast right here. Definitely was one that I really did wanted to pick up here and all that good stuff. This really may not be for everybody, if I'm going to be really honest here with you. It may not be for everybody, but I still think that it's just really cool that we get these diecast in general. So I really do honestly love that. And in terms of any other classic race win reviews I gotta do, well, there is that Dale Earnhardt reveal scheme, like where it's on the old school Monte Carlo body that I still got to do. But overall, though, guys, really cool looking diecast right here. If you're into the NASCAR Classics diecast line, like Robbie, if Robbie Noonan, if you're watching this, race day 2011, you definitely should pick this car up. I doubt he's gonna watch this video. Guy works a lot. He's a photographer and all that good stuff. So shout out to race day 2011 and all that good stuff. Also shout out to Original Big Bry. Hopefully we see you soon, buddy. But with all that really kind of being said, though, guys, I hope all of you enjoyed this review. Thank you all so much for watching. And by the way, more race win diecasts coming up here soon. We have some cool Cup race wins. We got a Logano race win coming up, and we got another Denny Hamlin race win. And no, I'm not talking about the race win, about the win in the lawsuit, but on the track. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you in the next video.